YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in today for the video on Madden 25. And this series is our Win and Steal series. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. If you want to know when the next videos drop, please hit that bell and you will get a notification when it does. So we are here in the transaction log showing you last week's trades, and boy, were they a bunch of doozies. There's 6 top 3 players. There's 2, 3 4s. So there was a lot of good, high talent moving around. The first one you see here, Chris Lindstrom, the right guard, goes to the Chiefs, who is a 90-plus from the Saints. So I'm pretty sure Lindstrom was traded to the Saints earlier, but he is now going to the Chiefs, and that's going to shore up that offensive line for Patrick Mahomes. Then we get to the Seahawks trade, who had to send the New York Giants Kenneth Walker III, which obviously is a huge trade. And how dare I skip over this one? Trevon Diggs from the Cowboys to the Steelers. That helps that really young secondary get a high overall as well. And as we go down, Darius Williams goes to the Packers. He's a mid-80 corner, which should help that depleted but talented DB room over there. Darisaw is on the move again. He really didn't fit here. They had 2 really good tackles already, so he is going to Arizona. Garrett Bowles, another left tackle, is going to the Raiders. Matt Milano is on the move as well. Josh Hines Ward was one of Hines Allen was one of the big ones. He was a top guy, so he is going from the Jaguars to the Colts, and back-to-back, the Washington Commanders need to send D-tackle Jonathan Allen to the Browns. Now, that is scary town as long as the Browns still have everybody. Myles Garrett, Jonathan Allen, that is crazy just right there, and they have some good depth there as well. Kyle Duggar is gone. Roquan Smith is another big one. He is the 4th player, but on that Ravens team, because you have Lamar, you have Mark Andrews, and you have Derrick Henry still there. So he was the 4th one, and he goes to a division rival in the Bengals. The Vikings dropped to 0-5. I think they trade safety Josh Martellus to the Jets. A.J. Terrell is also on the move. He was the number 2 player from the Falcons going to the Bucs. So I pretty much touched on all the trades this week. I won't do that most weeks, but just because of how big some of these trades were, I figured we'd spend more time. All right, we are here ready to hop into the game against the Falcons. This is a divisional game, so this one is a big one to end up taking. All right, defense gets to start on the field here against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Just a little bit of a reminder, they did lose Bijan Robinson, so Tyler Algier will be the main guy here in the backfield for the Falcons. Other than that, I think they're pretty well still intact. Maybe a couple offensive linemen and stuff like that, but J.C. Horn gets the deflection. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Also, a little golden nugget from EA. In the loading screen in this, it said I-85 rivalry or something like that. So, to those people who say EA doesn't care about Madden anymore, there's a little golden nugget there for you. All right, well, roughing the punter just happened, so that's literally EA telling me to shut up, and they don't care about Madden anymore. How crazy is that? Give me that. I overdrop. Oh, that is unfortunate. Drake London with a big completion. No, in all seriousness, no. It was cool to see, something a little bit different in the menus. But I've just been seeing a lot of complaints about how EA doesn't care about all these like cool things anymore, like what that Madden that you learned to play by going through that cutscene with the Rams, and Goff asked if Tavon Austin or Todd Gurley wanted to score the touchdown or whatever. Like that stuff was sick. Um, Most people thought it was annoying. I thought it was sick. And then like all these things that happen prior to the games, like special games like the Thanksgiving game on Christmas thing, like just some of those cool animations that they used to put in the game that they don't now, is really the biggest complaint that I've been seeing. As I've been just jabbing away, our defense comes up with another stop here, so they are going to have to settle for a field goal. No roughing the kicker, but he does put it down the middle, so instead of 0 points, they end up getting 3 points. Offense gets to come out on the field here. If you have been watching the series, you know that you see a lot of Jonathan Brooks. That might be tough today because of the speed of the linebackers for the Falcons. But it's not saying that we're not going to try to go to him because that is our guy. But we still have the superstar Herbert who can sling it around as long as our offensive line does their job. So we are quickly in a 3rd and 11. All starting because we couldn't get really anything off of that first run. So we're going to throw it up to the middle of the field to Thielen. He ended up getting double coverage with Jesse Bates. We're going to have to punt it. Only really big play that they ended up getting last drive was the Drake London catch was one of them, but also the roughing the kicker was the big one. The catch by Drake London wouldn't have happened if we wouldn't have got the roughing the kicker. So they're going to test Jackson, and he's going to come up with the interception. And we are going to take the ball back. Dane Jackson with the interception. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can hit Leggett right down the seam here. It's not looking promising. We just have 0 time. 0 time right now, and it's really showing in our passing performance. So we're going to slow it down, give it to Jonathan Brooks. He's not going to get a whole lot. I personally thought we were going to break that. But a good tackle prevented that from being the case. In trouble again. We're going to go ahead and hit Tommy Tremble. He is going to hold on to that. We could have probably just taken off with Herbert, but Tommy Tremble is a pretty important piece, or I want to be an important piece. I want him to develop and grow, but we are off to a slow start. But we also gotta take it with a grain of salt. We started slow last week, and we ended up picking it up and fighting back for a ridiculous tie against the Chicago Bears. So we just got to stay within ourselves here. We're going to hit Chuba Hubbard out of the backfield. He's been kind of the more productive back here early, getting some run here. Hunt needs to get moving. Jeez, if we're going to run that play, he's got to get there. That would have been so many yards. It's not the money catch problem. We're going to go stretch play to rookie. He's not going to have a whole lot of room to run yet again. We're going to rifle it into another rookie in Leggett, and he is going to make the catch. He had a huge game last week, and he was one of the big reasons why we were able to claw back into that game against the Chicago Bears. We had a favorable matchup. I don't know how we didn't get into the end zone there, but they're going to go right back to the same look. So we're going to go to the same play, and he's going to punch it in for the touchdown. We are going to take the lead here as the first quarter winds down. Defense back on the field here. They're going to hit the crossing route by Drake London, and thank the Lord that Hobbs tackled him. He might still be running if he didn't. That's going to be the first quarter. It is 7-3. Panthers on top of the Falcons in the I-85 rivalry game. I figured Nate Hobbs would have a little bit more of an impact when we got him from the Raiders, but he really hasn't been that big of an impact. Pratt gets him in the backfield. That is an impact play from a new face here in Carolina. We got him from beating the Cincinnati Bengals. And Hobbs, yet again, can't stay with Drake London. Drake London is one of the fastest receivers in the NFL. So, I mean, it's a tall task, but in big spots like that, we just need him to be better. And I think that's really what it's coming down to, is we just need him to be better. Not that he's been bad, right? But he hasn't really been making big plays like we really would like him to. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So we are sitting here. They're marching a little bit. Oh, they actually gave it to him. I thought that they did not. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 as Chase Young is limping to the locker room. And we can't tackle Kyle Pitts. The ball's on the ground, but that's going to be reviewed and overturned. It's going to still be the Falcons' ball. High ankle sprain, so he's going to probably miss a couple weeks. So as I said before the review, they get the ball back. It really wasn't even close. Clearly down before he fumbled. We're going to throw a little quick out to J.C. Horn's side. Going to pick up 6. The one thing with the Madden games, I feel like most of the time they just fly by. And granted, it's probably because I run the ball 72% of the time when I'm playing. So the game kind of gets shortened up just naturally. So Kyle Pitts is going to have a little quick out. I don't know why we dropped off so bad on that, but yeah. And I feel like a lot of these types of drives, like the long drives, kind of happen. And I was talking. Did he not catch that? Hold on here. That is the longest second stride of all time. Like, that's like 4 yards. 3 yards. That animation steals an interception from us. I was just about to say, I've been talking trash about Hobbs, and he goes ahead and makes a play. But his long legs take that away from him. And also the animation takes it away from him, so it's not all his fault. But down here, I like when we get to be in man coverage because we get to press down here. We're not really worried about getting beat over the top. But then I say that, and then we get absolutely busted in the slot. So touchdown Falcons. They're going to end up taking the lead here with just over 5 minutes in the second quarter. All right, offense back here on the field. We gotta get something going here offensively. sustain that last drive that we ended up getting. Number 50 is really a problem for me right now, so we need to get. Typically, I want like fun players, right? Being able to really make a splash, but at this point, just give me that guy. Give me a right guard. Give me somebody that's going to be able to block. Troy Anderson, just whatever. I'm not even going to get upset about it. Probably going to give up a touchdown here, too. Nate Hobbs takes it back. He got both feet down this time. Great play by him. Now he's starting to make some plays. He's locking up Drake London on deep routes. Can't keep up with him across the field, but locking him up on deep routes. So I guess... who's in motion here? I was like, what is happening? So we're going to go right back to Herbert. Obviously, get rid of the frustration of the pick. Get Thielen, who he was actually throwing to last drive when he did throw the pick. So we're just really getting them guys back involved with each other, making sure they stay on the same page. As we give it to Jonathan Brooks, he's 8 carries for 22 yards. We need to bust a big one here for him. And out of this formation, I don't think that's going to really happen. So we're going to go play action. We're going to get it out in front of Sanders. I think I touched on this in the first or second episode. We have 3 tight ends, 3 young tight ends that are all pretty similar. Thomas blocks a little bit better than the other 2, but all of them have pretty decent speed. So being able to go 3 tight ends and be able to run away from linebackers and different things are a good thing that we have right now. Chuba Hubbard is in at 2nd and 3. He's been a little bit more effective, and as I say that, he gets stopped. We're going to go hurry up here, and we're going to go right back to that same play. And we're going to get the first down. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. In the second quarter, it is 10-7. Falcons are leading. This is kind of the feel of the first quarter as well. We took the lead late in the first quarter after kind of a dominant showing by the. I'm just kidding, not dominant, but they ended up having the lead in different things. So we're gonna go ahead and get Jonathan Mingo on the delayed route. He's going to get up to the 10-yard line. Now we really just gotta chew this clock so they don't get the ball before half. I don't really like this play this close to the goal line. So we're going to audible out. We're going to give it to Jonathan Brooks. He's starting to find some type of room here. So we definitely aren't going to completely go away from it. We're going to go straight drop back. We're going to get Thielen. Thielen's going to drop it, which is pretty frustrating because he is one of the most sure-handed guys. One of the sure-handed guys in the league. We have Tommy running a drag route, and he's going to get in the end zone for the score. It is going to be 14-10. All right, 29 seconds left. They look like they're actually going to try to go down for a score. So they're going to hit Darnell Mooney. He's going to get about 9 yards. They're going to call a timeout. They're going to come back out here. I'm going to act like I'm blitzing here with Shaq Thompson. Then we're going to drop out. And what are the odds that they decide to run a screen when I say that? Unbelievable. Did they call? Oh, they did call their second timeout. Okay. Seam shot. Hobbs, another play on the ball. He has been fantastic after I've called him out on not being what we needed. And, yeah, he is he was actually one of those guys where I wasn't like super stoked to get, but one of those I would say smaller pickups that really benefited us because our secondary is just, it's not good. So they're going to throw it away. It's going to be 4th and 6. They're probably going to just try to hit us with a Hail Mary. So let's have everybody back up here. J.C. Horn has this flat, so we're going to away with him. We're going to knock that away. I think Hobbs got his hand on that as well. So add a deflection to his game this week. That's going to be halftime. All right, we get the ball to start the half. It's been as even of a game as you could pretty much ask for. And that's yardage, that's the score, that's everything. So, wait, this is not the play that I wanted to hit. I might have hit it, but I didn't want to hit it. Sometimes, because I historically have been a PlayStation guy, but I play this on Xbox. So when I see X, sometimes I hit A, so then it kind of messes up the buttons and different things. So we wanted to take a shot. We weren't able to do so. So now we are back to the ground and pound of giving Jonathan Brooks the ball. He should be Rookie of the Year. I don't even know if he would get injured and miss a bunch of time, if that would really keep him from winning the award. He's been that good. He's been that good. So Thielen has become the favorite target for our guy Herbert here on this drive and in this game. Why? And that trend's going to continue as we find Thielen down at the 19-yard line. He is filling in the shoes of Leggett from last week. Leggett was an absolute monster last week. I can't remember how many yards exactly he had, but it was a crazy amount. At least it felt like it. We're going to see if we can get them in this odd formation again. They don't have the guy on the outside, but I'm still going to run it this way because we should have the numbers. And Thielen's got to just be better. Thielen's got to be better there. If Thielen gets that block, we're literally standing in the end zone right now. We're going to go back to it. Jonathan Brooks is a little tired now. And that is the Thielen that we needed the first time. Jonathan Brooks skips into the end zone. He has a crazy amount of touchdowns this year, it feels like. We extend the lead here in the second half. All right, well, on the touchdown run, our starting right guard, Hunt, the guy that I've been complaining about, he ended up getting injured, and he dislocated his shoulder. I did check the injury slider, and it was at 25. I dropped it to 9, and we've had 2 big injuries today already. So I don't know what I have to drop that to ensure that we don't get... I mean, obviously 1 or 2 is going to happen, right, in a game, and more than that, right? Nicks and bruises and bumps and stuff, but both of those are going to be multiple weeks for 2 of our important starters too. So something's got to give here on the injury stuff. Just make the tackle. Going to bring up 3rd and 2, 21-10. Here with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Oh, we were on it too. Kyle Pitts with a nice nice touchdown. Nice catch there for the first down. They're going to go empty. That is the second play this drive that number 20 has almost made a play. Our safeties definitely could use some help, especially that one. Woods is okay. We do some decent stuff with him as we get a sack there. On Kirk Cousins. Screen pass, I read that one. We're in man-to-man coverage. They're going to have to punt. We take over here, really looking just to put this game away. So we'll see what Chuba has coming out of the backfield. We're going to try to get it into him. We do fit it into him just in the nick of time. I really want to know why I'm so confused on what keeps happening on my depth chart, but I'm just going to let it go for now. Couldn't hold up, extra pressure. We had Thielen again on that deep in route, but we were unable to get it to him because of the pressure that we were facing. We're going to try to get to the outside. We couldn't. We're not going to be able to get to the end of the third quarter either. Thielen right behind Troy Anderson. I think that's Troy Anderson. I can't remember. 44? Yeah. 55 is Ellis. Sorry, I apologize. So, a huge throw by Herbert to end the third quarter. Now we're just going to get to the point where we're going to grind the football. Give it to our superstar running back, even though he might not be a superstar. Dev, he is a superstar in the making, for sure. So, we really should put chew clock on as well. But a lot of our plays have motions, and that would kind of make me nervous. So, Jonathan Brooks catching the screen pass, makes a guy miss. Just the way the Falcons run their defense seems like there's so much space all the time to like run the ball, and but we just aren't able to. So their front five just let Ellis and Anderson run around. I think that's really like the big thing with it. I don't know. Leggett goes up and makes a fantastic catch. What a catch by the rookie. Our two rookies have really been impressive. And we have another impressive rookie on the defensive side of the ball, too. Or a young guy. I can't remember if he's a rookie or not. But Marshall, we're really getting him a lot of reps in the middle of the field. A lot of it is because of his speed. But he's done really well, too. As we get into the end zone with Jonathan Brooks yet again, he does that dance. I don't know what it's called, but he does the dance. And we extend the lead. Well, they get a really good kickoff. I might leave that one in there if I remember, just to show you how ridiculous this game can be sometimes. because if they would have scored on that, I would have probably lost. Can we get to Kirk Cousins, please? We don't get to him, he's going to get 3 yards, which in the grand scheme of things is fine, but also, like, hello, Out to Pitts, comes up, makes a good tackle. And then number 20 again. I still didn't figure out who that was, because I thought 23 was him, but clearly not. I left Pitts, and then he breaks my tackle and gets a speed boost afterwards. Crazy. 1st and 10, coming up on 4 minutes left in the game. 20's Fuller? What? Algier with a broken tackle, but his broken tackle gets him out of bounds. Robinson's a young guy too, I think. Not a great guy, but he's young. He plays a lot in this package, which I don't entirely like. We got stuck on Brown, so we put him in pass coverage, which, believe it or not, is not a strength of his. So I would say, and I've heard other people complain about this as well, is that as we just absolutely whiff and Darnell Mooney walks into the end zone. Sorry, as I was saying, the superstar D linemen seem like they don't really affect the game a whole lot. And I bring him up on the channel quite a bit. Bangle on a YouTube. He also does Twitch stuff. But go check him out. He's really good at analyzing the game. He does some draft stuff. Anyway, he was complaining about, he's doing a series with the Raiders right now. And Max Crosby just isn't a game changer. And he still had Devontae Adams on his team. He's not a game changer. So, the ratings itself in Madden, it seemed like they don't really matter much. Like Jonathan Brooks, best running back in the league, but he's was a 73 overall rookie, and he's leading the league in rushing touchdowns, leading the league in probably yards and all these different things. So it's just weird that it's like that. So we hit the 2-minute warning. We're just really giving the ball to Jonathan Brooks, trying to ice this game out. We're going to stick his foot in the ground, and he's going to get over 100 yards with that. It's not been easy. He has found the end zone 3 times, but it has not been an easy day on the ground by any means. The Falcons up front do a good job of taking up blockers so we can't get to the linebackers, and their linebackers make a lot of plays. So that's kind of where we are at, and they're calling their timeouts. Unbelievable. So it hasn't been very easy running the ball for a lot of yards, and we go out of bounds. Brain dead play by me, for sure. But it's a moot point if we just get this first down. So let's just get the first down and finish the game, which we're not. But coach wants us to go for it, so of course we're going to go for it. They're going to run commit. We're still going to find our way to the first down, and that is going to end the game. But we might as well just put a little icing on the cake as well, huh? Jonathan Brooks gets it. We lose yardage. I like going weak on this play. Oh, there was not there that time. Now we're just ruining his rush yards per carry, which whatever, but. All right, last play of the game. We're going to snap it as time expires. We're still going to try to get into the end zone here. Mingo's going to drop it. 28-17 is going to be the final here in Carolina over the Falcons. So we get to go and steal one of their players. Herbert had a modest game through the air. He just doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns because we run the ball so much. He had one touchdown, one interception. The interception, just like his 4 last week, sometimes the interceptions are kind of crazy in this game. But 14-21 early, he threw out a lot of sacks. He had 226, so a pretty good game for him. Rushing 30 attempts for 113, 3.7. The last 4 or 5 plays, he didn't really go anywhere, so that kind of hurt his average. 3 touchdowns, though, again for him. Receiving, Thielen was the big one. Leggett had 38 yards as well, but you can see we spread it around pretty good. And then defensively, Nate Hobbs led the team in tackles. He also had the interception. He almost had a second one. He also had a couple pass deflections. So he played super well today after I talked some trash. Shaq Thompson had 5 tackles, and then there's a host with 4. Not a whole lot of tackles to go around. Jermaine Pratt, 2 tackles for loss. DJ Johnson, Shaq Thompson, and Trevin Wallace. This is the rookie I was talking about on the defensive end. They each had 1 as well. We only had 1 sack. DJ Johnson got in there. He's a 1-year from Oregon, showing out there. All right, so before we get into who we are going to steal from the Falcons, I just wanted to bring this up and just show you the team once again. It's crazy because this Robert Hunt guy is an 83 overall. How? He's terrible. He's terrible. Oh, that is frustrating. All right, anyway. All right, so I think I know why I don't know how it got messed up, but typically I have Leggett as our number 1. I'll get that figured out. But I just wanted to show you this just because of what we are going to want, I guess. So left outside linebacker, yes. Johnson's been playing well, but we need something better there. Other than that, though, defensively, another a high-end corner maybe. That way Hill and Jackson's not on the field quite as much. We do see Robinson get on the field a lot. Franklin Jr. just got on the field a bunch. Also, I didn't show this, but Jonathan Brooks just got 3 upgrades, and I don't know why. I'm going to take a peek and look here in a second in his player card and see why he got 3 upgrades. But I'll let you know when we get the wheel up. All right, we are here with the wheel. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's brutal on this wheel. Absolutely brutal. First off, the reason that he got 3 was he got his 10th rushing touchdown, which I think he has more, but we'll get into that probably next episode. But he got a bunch of XP for that because it was a season-high milestone and a career milestone and stuff like that, so it was a crazy amount. So that's why Jonathan Brooks had that. So here we are at the wheel. I apologize. I have the Michigan-Ohio State game up on a side monitor, and after the game, there's a brawl. So, interesting. Anyways, so we got Jesse Bates, who would probably be the guy that I would want. I'm not going to lie to you. He's probably the guy I want. He's a 96 overall. So, he would be a nice addition to the back end of our defense. Then we got Kirk Cousins. We got Jake Matthews. who both are super old. Kyle Pitts, I wouldn't mind Kyle Pitts. Adding him to the tight end group would be pretty nice. Left tackle, David Bakhtiari. Don't want him. Grady Jarrett, he's old. He's 31. He's a right end, so we could probably move him into D tackle if we needed to, so he would be okay. Anyamata is a D tackle, so he would be okay. He's also 31. Xavier Howard, he's an 82, so he would be thrown into the mix with a bunch of 82s and corners. Drake London would be okay as well. He's 23. And then we got Caleb McGarry as well. So without further ado, here is the wheel spin. And you will be seeing Kirk Cousins joining the quarterback room. This is the second quarterback that we've gotten. Oh, it was so close to Jesse Bates. So close to Jesse Bates. So you will be seeing this face in a Carolina uniform. Probably not a whole lot because he's going to be the third string quarterback. So that's going to be it for this episode. I greatly appreciate taking the time to watch it. I hope you're having fun with this series with all the changes and stuff because I've been having a blast with it. It is kind of time-consuming, so if you could drop a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't, it would be greatly appreciated. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.